welcome. This is Erica Glessing. This is my show. I'm so glad you came today. I have a really brilliant author marketing genius, and I'm so glad she's here because I have to tell you, she's already kind of given me, probably $1,000 worth of advice in our pre-chat. So very joyful to have with me today, Delilah Cordova. Nice to meet you, Delilah.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Delilah.
So where am I talking to you from? Where are you in the world?
I am in the beautiful North Carolinas. Or in North Carolina.
Oh, nice. Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes, Charlotte, North Carolina. And over here, it's a little bit rainy today, but you know what? I love North Carolina so much because I don't have to deal with snow, so it can rain.
I don't have snow, but California, it was so interesting. It's been in the 80s. Today it was 42.
Oh, wow.
I know.
I'm
it dropped 40 degrees in like a week.
Oh, wow. I'm originally from the Mojave Desert. I was born in the Mojave Desert, California. So really? I don't, I depending on what end of California you're in, because you can be in the desert or you could be up in the mountains.
I'm closer to San Francisco, but you basically have the whole desert thing, and now you're where it's a lot more lush, right?
Yes, we got way more foliage and what do they call it, horticulture over here going on. So
well, I'm gonna have a really lot of fun with you, and I had the funniest thing show up in my head, and I always kind of follow that, and it was just kind of looking at how we can be so smart and then so stupid at the same time. And let's just talk about like the author stupid things we can do. And when I say stupid, guys, I don't mean that you don't have intelligence. I mean that we're making decisions and plans for our books that are lacking information that could help us a lot. So tell us some of the things that authors do where they're just sort of missing the whole boat.
Well, as far as book marketing goes, I've sold so many books. I'm still aspiring writer for my own book called Undiscovered Author. But a lot of things that, authors, the biggest thing that authors make the mistake of is not thinking about their marketing at book conception. It is really important that right at the beginning, when you're starting to think about your book, starting to develop your book, that you start thinking about how you're going to market the book and getting your social media and your website and everything in alignment, especially in your author branding. You got to get all that together at the beginning so that at the end, when you get to the goal and it's launch day, guess what? You have people to sell to.
This is really interesting because my new book is on a topic that I haven't written on before. So it's it's about love. So I'm kind of like not the expert on love. Like I don't even have a brand about love. Like I'm a very loving individual, but I don't have like that branding. So I kind of get what you're saying, that as I'm even writing my next book, that I want to start like mapping out, places in the year next year where I could tap into, so how do I get started? Let's say I have a book. Let's just, for the fun of it, I don't know. Let's say it's about love.
Well, if you have a book about love, right? And
it's not couple love. It's like God love.
God love. Okay, that's a little bit different. See, you're starting to
all that is. It's all that is love. It's not it's not boys and girls loving each other. Yeah.
Well,
or girls and
and that's really specific, and that's good that you know that that's, because you're niching down that topic of love. You know what I mean? So you got to think about first, who are your ideal readers and what is your audience going to look like? You know what I mean?
Kind of like a podcast. It's kind of like you do with a podcast, like you were talking about. Yeah.
Exactly. Every marketing starts with the audience.
Well, tell me one of your success stories. So tell me a little bit about a book you were able to help the author really get clear on their marketing and do something really awesome with it.
Well, I've been doing marketing in various niches since 2011. I happened into book marketing back in 2015 when I met Michael Logier. Michael Logier is, he has 3 books out. He sold 3.5 million books. He is the author of Law of Attraction. So when I got on board with him, his book, Your Life Purpose, was coming out. and he had no idea. Like 9 times out of 10, everybody else handles his stuff, and he just happened to hit the mark with Law of Attraction because The Secret had just came out. So he was able to piggyback that wave,
Right.
with his book.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with Your Life Purpose, being his third book, it didn't really have that wave to trend on. So I had to help him build, a whole system, a marketing system. And with that marketing system, we had to create the whole sales funnel process from his booklet, from his traffic strategy, marketing campaign traffic strategy, all the way to, book launch day. We had to clearly set goals and define that out for him and how that would look. And I have a map for that for people if they're interested in seeing that. But, it's called my book, the book funnel. And it's the basic structure of how you should build out your funnel and your reader's journey and, in building platforms. So that's
so tell us a little bit about your own book, Delilah, because I always like hearing about people's own books.
Well, my book is set to come out in 2019.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm ambitious as I would like to head for a March date, but I'm okay with settling for June. But my book is called Undiscovered Authors. It's basically a guide to help authors to become visible in the digital world.
Oh.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Right now I'm fighting with myself on the outline and how many words and how I should break it up. Should it be 3 books? Should it be 2 books? Because there's so much information that I really want to get into this book, and I really want to dive deep with it, so that I can help as many people as I can. Because digital, everything with digital is growing so fast. Indie publishing, marketing yourself, social media, everything is opening up so many opportunities for everybody to jump online and make their dreams happen.
It's interesting that you bring this up because I was just having this conversation, and I find that authors struggle so hard to get into like 2 bookstores in their community. So they'll spend like 6 months like trying to get those 2 bookstores to carry them. And I was chatting with one of my authors, and I was like, honey, even if you got in those bookstores, technically, how many books would you sell at each one? Whereas if you got on a really popular, her book's about dogs. So if you got on a really popular dog book website and you got, you both, and you did the follow me ads with the pixels, and you really focused on who's buying dog books, you could sell 50 copies.
Right.
Or 60 or 100 or unlimited from that link. Whereas if you're in a bookstore, it's actually so finite. And people really do love being in bookstores. So I don't want to like say, oh, don't be in bookstores, because why not? But I wouldn't put my focus on that really. And you just kind of reinforced what my gut was telling me, which is the digital age and the buying the books online is definitely our future wave.
Yes. If you want to sell books and be a really big contender, you need to have a strong digital plan. At the end of the day, any author needs to have a strong digital marketing campaign. Wow.
Well, I'm so glad you could come. This is Delilah Cordova, everyone. She's got a book coming out in 2019 about authors, the Undiscovered Authors. Is that the name?
Yeah, Undiscovered. They can go to undiscoveredauthors.book.com. Okay. And then if they would like to connect with me, they can go to connect.delilahcordova.com.
Awesome. And it's DELILAH Cordova. Awesome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me here.